Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And also, happy 10-year anniversary for Five Nights at Freddy's. I promise I'm making a video for the 10-year anniversary. Here it is. All the plushies I made so far this year. This is my, I'm not playing any of the new games or, I saw all the teasers for this year for the FNAF movie 2. Unfortunately, I'm not playing any games for the 10-year anniversary. Plushie review instead. So, yep, I have all the ones I made so far, including some characters for Poppie Playtime and for Dork and the Band Band. And I have some 2 special ones I want to show you in honor of the 10-year anniversary. So I guess let's start with the characters that you already know about. Obviously you know about this guy. I'm not going to explain it because you've seen it like 2 times already. A third one will be ridiculous. Wait, hold on. Hey look, it's got now. This video will get 30K views now. That's all. You go over there. Next up, obviously, Dog Day. You already seen this guy before twice now in his recap and the deep dive. Obviously, I already told you much about him because I showed him off already. You'll also get me 30K views for this video. And of course, Poppie, which I already mentioned a couple of times, which also I fixed her legs from the deep dive video. So don't worry about that. Yeah. You will also go from there for now. So, characters I haven't seen. Get a little more screen time. Bron. So, obviously, I made this little dinosaur because a fan requested it. Because, honestly, I was happy I got to make this little guy. Which, don't worry, he, along with Cappy, Boogiebot, and Candy Cat, will get their own special deep dive video. Don't worry about that. Anyway. Sorry. Next up, Poppie, the first of the fan request plushies. Honestly, I still love what I did with this one. It's still a good one. It's still good. You go right there. And finally, the newest edition for the Poppie Playtime franchise that I made, Boogiebot. Which you like to fall over a lot. Which, as you move more arms, likes to shake. Great plushie overall. Back into the box you go. Some new ones that you haven't seen yet. Bam Bam. Obviously, it's just another character for fan request, just like the other 3. Yeah, it's a fun one I made. And finally, Jumbo, the first of the Garden Bam Bam characters I made. And I will be making more, don't worry. And you two will go over there. So now we got the all the other characters, the other non-FNAF characters out of the way. Let's get to the actual FNAF characters. Let's start with fan characters. With this little guy, Penguin. Obviously, he's from Five Nights at Candy's. Obviously, one of many Five Nights at Candy's characters. He's actually my favorite out of Five Nights at Candy's. And I'm happy I actually got to make this little guy. Along with his friend, Blank. Yeah, basically it's just a white body with some markers sticking all over him because he's basically an art mural for some reason. Or kids like to draw on him a lot. Which I was having to draw these to make these 2. And don't worry, the other characters will be next. So don't worry about that. You two will go right there. Next up, Ignited Freddy, the first of the Joy Creation characters. I used my old, I believe, Wizard Freddy customs I made. Just like with Creation, I used the either a third design for this guy, which yeah, basically I just took that and took the third design for Wither Freddy and just turned him into Ignited Freddy. Probably in the future, probably I'll recreate him along with Ignited Bonnie and the other two characters, in honor of the remake of it, of Joy Creation. And you go back. Okay, so that's basically just Ignited Freddy, Penguin, and Blank, the fan game characters. So let's get started with, oh yeah, the only book series character, Count the Ways Funtime Freddy. Basically I just took Funtime Freddy's body and Bonbon to make this little guy. But I also made the head to make him more like Funtime Freddy from the book series. Basically, he's from probably my favorite of the bunch, Count the Ways. And also, since the reason why he has these tan colors is because, I want to change it up because he had more like a darker pink or purple. I was like, that's a little bit too. That's just basically like Funtime Freddy, just more crazier. So I decided to change the colors and make him more like this. So yeah. And I'll be making more, don't worry. You go back there. Okay, so that's basically the only book series character. Except, the only FNAF VR character, Aeronaut Toy Freddy. This character was definitely a fun one to make. Basically using VR Toy Freddy, a VR Toy Freddy plushie, and then just covering him up with fabric to make him accurate to Aeronaut Toy Freddy. He is also my favorite of the bunch too. So yeah, I was really happy to make him. And I'll be making 2 more characters that he was a part of. 2 more characters in the event that he was in. Plus 1 more. So yeah. And that was basically the only FNAF VR plushie. So now we're going to go from FNAF games now. First up, the only 2 characters that are from FNAF 1, which are my OC characters, Ryan and Croven. Basically, Croven was the first one, which was based off of that guy there. He keeps on watching me, I don't know why. Anyways, I was really happy to make this guy. Basically, a lot of black fabric for his hat, the straps for his mask, and for his body. But yeah, I'm really happy that I finally got a chance to make one of my OC characters come to life. And hopefully sooner or later I will make more variants of this guy, just like Leo. So don't worry about that. Same thing with Ray. Basically, he's just a rhino. He's basically like Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, just a plain body based off the animals that they are. So yeah, that's why I made Ray more like a rhino. And also, he was the first OC character that I made. The original name was not Rai, but it was called Rammer, which sounds kind of weird now thinking about it. But yeah, I like the new name Ryan, and just like with Croven, I will get started on new variants of them, just like Leo did. So don't worry about that. So yeah, that's the only 2 FNAF 1 characters. I will make Sparky soon. Don't worry about that. Next up, FNAF 2 with Endo 02. So basically, I just took I did a little mixture of it. I did the little floppy arms, just like I believe Bolora or Baby's plushie, but I kept the more stuffed legs, just like all the others. And of course, the big old blocky head. I was going to make it more flatter and more smaller, but instead I made this. But yeah, I'm still happy that I made this. I'm almost done with the FNAF 2 collection anyway, so but yeah, I'm glad that I finally got the chance to make Endo 2. Hopefully in the future I will try to fix him up a little bit. Who knows? Next up, basically the easiest ones, the paper pals. Basically, wow. I dropped one. Basically, these are just basically the in-game counterparts to these guys, or either the FNAF World counterparts to these guys. Basically, just floating around. No stuffing required for this one, just some fabric and precise cutting to make these guys more accurate to their in-game counterparts. I think they did a very good job on these guys. And no changing with these guys anyway. There we go. And of course, the main star of the show, Leo. I was gonna start with him, but yeah. Obviously, he's based off of Simba there to make him my little mascot, or the third OC that I created. And I was very happy I made this guy. And you guys definitely love him very much. So yeah, I'm really happy I did that. And finally, Wizard Leo. He is more of a hoax character, just like I believe the Wizard toy animatronics. That's why I based him a little bit on them instead of or more like the Wizards, because the Wizard toy animatronics are more like hoax characters. But yeah, so I was still happy I made this guy. The one of many Leo designs that I'll be making, that I made. Except FNAF 3 with these two. Starting off with Phantom Puppet, technically the final FNAF 3 character that I need to make. I made Phantom Frey, Mangle, and Chica. And finally making this guy was actually a lot more easier than I thought, because what I did, I just color his buttons with some fabric, same thing with his stripes, and just change the head to more, just tuck off the old mask and put green fabric over it. It was very easy. Next up, Phantom Leo. This one is actually canon to my design, to the designs. And also, I base him more like normal Leo, because it's more similar to Balloon Boy there. But yeah, basically a green Leo with some black stripes. And also I completely messed up him. Balloon Boy. My take on him, because either I don't want to get a bootleg, or I don't want to go searching for like a $200, $300 version of the official one. So I just decided, why not, and just make the make him myself. Which I was really happy I did. He does look kind of creepy though. Which he'll just stay there staring at you. Next up, FNAF 4. Which again, just like with FNAF 3, only has 2. We have the little Freddle just to finish off the FNAF 4 roster. And finally, Nightmare Leo, the recent Leo collection, the recent Leo in the roster. Basically, just make him just use the Wizard design and then just Nightmarify it. Looks very good. Next up, Sister Location with Yendo, Binny Bab, and the Mini Minas. Starting with this little guy, little girl, Mini Rena, I don't know. Basically, I just used a lot of tan fabric with some white fabric for her head, shoes, and tutu, which definitely looks good. And I try to make her smaller than normal Ballora, which I accomplished very well. Next up, it is Binny Bam. Definitely, this was the last one that I need to make. Similar to Mini Rena there, just a lot of tan and white fabrics. with addition some orange for his underjaw and nose, and some purple for his eyes. Which basically just is it. And finally, Yendo. This was the first of the three, which I just basically took a pre-existing plushie body, covered it with gray fabric, and then just made the head. Really happy I did that. He really needs to be cared more, because happy that he got shown more love in the recent games. Next up, I believe it is Peterson, with the only one being my remake of Scrap Trap. Yeah, basically I just covered my old Scrap Trap plushie with a lot of dark green fabrics. Some red fabric for like the blood stains, I think. And just fix up his face a little bit. Kept some things the same though. But yeah, really happy I finally get a chance to finish off to remake Scrap Trap. Next let's go over here. Let's just get this guy out of the way. Jackal Moon, or Jackal Sun. I don't know. But this is basically just a sun plushie. Just make him more like Jackal Moon. The purple represents like the dark spots, same thing with the rays. The orange just like for his pumpkin side. Some white for his jackal look. And basically hit the other colors. Some gray, some dark gray, normal gray, and some purple for his shoes, bands, and his other half of his body. And a little bit of green too. Why not? Definitely love this little guy. And finally, the last ones are the Security Breach plushies. With my remake of DJ Music Man, basically just remake his legs, fix up his body, and fix up his face a little bit. So he would just go like this. But yeah, I really like what I did with him, and I can't wait to try and make Ruin DJ Music Man in my take of it. Next up, my little fix up with Vanny. Since the official one was I decided to fix her up with some stitching for her, like on her ears and her body, and fix up the face a little bit. Like giving her like good looking eyes, some whiskers, an open mouth, and a bigger bow. Which definitely looks good. And now finally, we have my first plushie of the year, Glamrock Bonnie. In honor of the Ruin DLC, this was the first plushie that I made. Or was it the Ruin characters? I'm not sure. But yeah, I was really happy I finally get a chance to remake my Glamrock Bonnie plushie. I did not remake him. I didn't took my old plushie and then just made him like this. I just used a Systematic toy Bonnie for it. And it looks really good. No, we didn't want to change anything from him. And finally, the fan-made Glamrock Foxy. Basically took some some designs from multiple Glamrock Foxies and made him look like this. There's a little bit of fabric here because one of his eyes were plastic, so I couldn't do much with that. So I just cut out a big chunk of his face and then just took out the plastic eye. But yeah, this was actually a fun one to make. Plus, I really like the little hat I give him. It looks good. So that was all of the plushies I made so far this year. Along with two, I remade both of my my old Wizard Chica and Wizard Foxy plushies to create a Knighted Chica and a Knighted Foxy. this is this is honor of the Joy Creation retake. So basically with her Ignite Chica, I took out her plastic eyes, cut off her mouth, and just cut off her other arm to make this endo arm, and a little bit of endo for her mouth. But she can still do this. Her eyes are hollow with a little white pupil in it, and some wires sticking out of it to mimic the retake design. But definitely looks good. And for Ignite Foxy, same thing. I cut off his ear with some black and put in some black fabric, some hollow out eyes with some very angry white pupils. Fix up his hook a little bit so it won't show that that little stick, and color his body with some black fabric and put in some gray fabric as to represent the endo parts of them. They will get a little more detailing for their deep dive video or the plushie recap. But yeah, those two were a little sneak peek for the recap. I was really happy I finally get the chance to make them. So now I finally made all of the Joy Creation plushies, but can't wait to try to remake them into the remake versions of them. But that's for the future. That's on for the future. And happy 10th anniversary for FNAF. I feel old. This was definitely an incredible journey, and I can't wait to see what future stuff they'll do. What I'm gonna do for plushies and for the franchise. So obviously, hope you all like this video. Definitely, I have a blast with this. If you like this video, hit the like button over here to like this video. Subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos from me. Share this video with friends, family you want to send this to, and comment down below what you think about these two and what's your favorite plushie I made from this from the plushies I showed off. And of course, we'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.